Morning, Sergeant Mack. Telson? Washington? Kraft? Kimberly? You can smoke if you want, one man at a time. Use the ashtray. Management will appreciate your cooperation.
No, I never used this stuff. I used to rent it.
You see, before our department arrested Mr. Kraft, he and his partner were flying the Mexican Triangle. Mexicali, Juarez, Phoenix.
What were you, Mr. Telson?
A culturist. I grew grass and distilled acid. I was going to be a big operator. Now I'm operating in an 8x10 cell.
Tell them what you grow in there, Billy.
Dark thoughts. You wouldn't want any part of them.
Well, I'm what it's all about. I'm a hardcore addict. You don't want to be one, not unless you want to shoot it in your arm or in between your toes till your veins collapse. And you end up like them guys who set fire to themselves. You can't move a muscle.
Listen to him. But most of you know the drug scene. So let's talk about something you don't know anything about. Prison. It's a whole new scene. How to stay alive each day. Right, Sergeant Mack?
All right, hold up. Give me the keys.
Give me the key! Holy no!
No excuses, Lieutenant. I was set for a special assignment right after this rap session. And I just forgot I was carrying my piece.
Well, why were there only 2 unarmed guards assigned to 4 convicts?
Well, the men were model prisoners. They were considered good risks.
By whom?
The prison, Sergeant Mack.
Sergeant Mack?
Yeah, the guard they took as a hostage.
Look, get in that ambulance. Let the doctor take a look at your head. Did you get the records from the prison?
Yeah, and we also put on an APP on the station wagon. You know, 2 of them were short-timers. Doesn't make any sense.
Nothing does when a man's waving a gun around. What did you get?
Okay, William Telson, less than a year to serve. Gerald Washington, up for parole in 2. Harold Kraft, probably the most dangerous of the 4. He pulled the trigger 10 to 20.
Which means he doesn't have much to lose.
Right. The brains. Joseph Kimberly, 5 to 10.
Did you get copies made of these?
They're already being distributed. How's the guy?
Well, he's on the critical list. Listen, I want every man we can grab on this case. Come on.
Mind turning the radio on, Telson? How did you know it was me?
By the way you breathe.
It's pretty close inside the walls, isn't it, Mac?
Sergeant Mack. Go on, turn on the radio. I want to hear what happened to that guard you shot.
You just watch your mouth. You don't give the orders anymore. And I didn't shoot anybody. It was Kraft.
Doesn't matter who pulled the trigger, Billy. You know that.
And your testimony could make the difference, couldn't it?
You're thinking. It's real good. Think about the 6 months you had left. It could have been easy time.
It wasn't my idea to escape. I didn't even want to come.
I know that. So untie me. We go back together. I tell him the truth. That you gave up voluntarily.
I've got something to do first.
If you don't do it right now, Billy, you'll get another 5 for jailbreak. And if that guard dies, it could be the gas chamber.
Why should I trust you?
Because I trusted you. It's a two-way street. You know, the way things are going, Kraft's got nothing to lose by wasting me or you. Would you rather trust him? Huh, Billy? Billy, you listening? I don't want to die, and neither do you.
Okay. It's a deal.
Come on, Towson, this is the last bus to Frisco.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna get rid of a witness.
Hey, come on. We've got enough heat already. Let's just get out of here.
Out of my way.
Harry, we're wasting time. You hear that? Let's go.
Now, this is the latest we've got.
Okay, thanks. They're going to need a change of clothes, money, and new transportation. Now, here's a report. 2 stolen vehicles reported within the last hour, a 74 Granada and a white van. I put out warrants on both of them. Anything on their friends and relatives?
Nothing on Kraft or Kimberly. Washington has a brother in the city somewhere. We're still looking. Billy Telson has a wife, but the prison says his letters to her have been returned, marked none at this address.
You keep checking.
Think they're going to stick together?
Not if they're smart.
Hey, Mike, we just got a call from one of our choppers. He thinks he spotted that station wagon at the north end of Lincoln Park. Units are on the way.
Well, they had me blindfolded, so I couldn't see what they were driving, but it sounded more like a pickup or a van than a car.
But did you happen to hear about where they might be going?
No,
They're probably out of town by now.
they're still around.
Why do you say that?
Because I know them. I lived in the same cell block with them for the last 3 years, Lieutenant. Inside the walls, you either know your people or you're dead. Well, I'm still alive.
And they're out on the streets carrying a .38.
Which they didn't get from me.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Nobody's blaming you, Sergeant. Why don't you tell us everything you know? Start with Kimberly.
He's got a lot of money hidden somewhere abroad. He'll go straight to it, and Kraft will go with him. He's greedy, but not until he settles the score first.
What score?
Somebody snitched on him. That's how he got nailed. He'll go straight for the guy who did it.
Kraft was busted 5 years ago. You think he still cares?
He cares.
And what about Telson?
His wife stopped visiting him and stopped writing. That's where Billy will go.
And Washington?
Used to be a junkie. The only thing he'll be thinking about is getting a fix. He should be easy to find. I'll bring him in.
That's our job.
Oh, no trouble, Lieutenant.
Oh, we'll do that. You just tell us where to look.
Washington had a cellmate named Benny Lester. He's out on parole now. He used to hustle pool on the west side.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thanks, Sergeant. The officer will drive you home. I want you to get Mrs. Telson's address. I'll pull the Kraft records and see if I can get the name of that informer.
This city's a trap, surrounded by water on 3 sides. First we get rid of them, then we ditch the van.
And then we go see Taggart.
We won't have time.
But we'll make time.
Harry, Taggart has nothing to do with this deal. Forget him.
I can't forget him. He's our ticket to Mexico. He owns a charter service, a whole fleet of planes. We were partners till he turned me in. He owes me, Joe.
We're coming to a nice, quiet corner. This is where you get out.
Hey, man, you got us into this. You can't just drop us. This is where you get out.
Now, where do we go from here?
I've got to find my wife.
Will she help us?
No. I have to talk to her.
Talk is nothing. What we need is help, money, a car.
Why don't you turn yourself in, Jerry?
What about you?
Maybe later. Take it easy, huh?
Hey, Billy, good luck.
Earl? Are you hungry?
No.
You're sure? What did the warden say?
Told me to take a couple of days off.
Will there be an inquiry?
Yeah, I guess.
Soon?
How's Charlie?
Not good. I was with Sarah when he came out of surgery. He looked just awful.
Is he gonna die?
Oh, no. Charlie Sims is tougher than you are. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
13 years I had a clean record. Something to be proud of in that hellhole. Now the whole thing's gone down the drain.
They can't hold you responsible.
I hold me responsible. I trusted them. I recommended them. And they turn around and stick a knife in my back.
Nothing you can do about it now. So leave it alone, huh? I'll make you a sandwich.
They broke the trust.
What?
It's unwritten, Susan, but it's there just the same. They don't turn on me, I don't turn on them. That's how we live together. Well, they broke it. After all I did for them.
I know. I told Sarah I'd look in on her kids. Come on, I want you to have something to eat first.
Dumb, that's what they are. Yeah. You know, I can tell you practically every move they're gonna make.
They'll be caught, don't worry.
By who? Cops? They don't even know where to begin. Well, I do. Teach those punks they can't break me.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna find them, and I'm gonna bring them back. Feet first if I have to.
Earl, you can't.
I've got to, Susan. It's my life on the line.
What are you talking about?
You think the warden's ever gonna trust me again? And what about the other cons? They'll think I'm soft, which will mean I'm easy bait for any guy who thinks he can take me. Well, I'm not gonna let that happen just because 4 punks broke the trust.
No, Earl!
I let him out, I'm gonna put him back in.
That was Sid's case. He made the bust just before he retired.
What's the problem?
Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. Kraft might be looking for the guy who sold him out. I checked his trial transcripts and came up with nothing, empty-handed. There was an informer, but no name on the record.
Maybe his testimony wasn't needed at the trial.
I need it.
Sid moved to Florida. Maybe I could give him a call.
Would you do that for me, please?
Mike, located Telson's wife.
Is that her present address?
It's always been her address ever since she and Telson were married.
Well, then why did they send his mail back marked N.A.?
Why don't we ask her?
Oh, always thinking, huh? Oh, listen, let me know how you make out.
Hello, Benny. How you doing? Hear your parole's working out real good. Wes, how's it feel being back with the family again?
Hey, you hear something? I could smell it. Yeah, locker room number 5, huh?
I asked you a question.
Hey, come on. We're not in the yard now, Sergeant Mack.
Yeah, hey, you're just another civilian. So butt out.
I'm looking for Jerry Washington.
He's in prison.
Up until this morning. I want to know where he is now. You owe me, Benny.
Okay. All right. You wait right there, and I'll go and get him. How am I doing, Sarge? Huh? How am I doing, Sarge? I'm moving as fast as I can, Sarge. Huh? I'm going as fast as I can, Sarge. I'm moving as fast as I can. Gotta get old Jerry for the man. On a double. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know you anything.
You don't, huh? I could have put you on report 100 times, and I never did.
Oh, well. Hey, that was then. Now's now. Hey, you want to know something, Sarge? When we were in the can, I did a lot of sweet talking to you. But truthfully, I never met a screw who was worth a spit.
You know, Benny, you're going to be back. I'd sure show some respect if I were you. So, let's say Jerry Washington needed a quick fix. This is his turf, isn't it? Huh? Where do you suppose he'd go to get it? Well, you're going to tell me, Benny? Or do I have to beat it out of you, huh?
Once you get lost, you're crazy.
Hey, you're crazy, Mac. You know that? You're crazy. Hey, you've been behind the bars too long, man. Because out here in the streets, ain't nobody gonna help you. You keep pushing people, and you're gonna end up dead.
Oh, yes, Miss Towson still lives there, but I don't think she's home right now, and I don't know where she works.
Have you seen this man around today?
No, I don't think so. But when you live in a city this size, you see so many people that sooner or later you stop seeing what they look like.
That's right. Why don't I leave that picture with you just to remind you?
All right. Oh, by the way, Miss Towson usually gets home around 5:30 or 6. If you want to come back then.
I'll call for a stakeout.
Yeah, thank you.
And her young man usually gets here an hour or so earlier.
Her young man?
The one who comes to visit. I think his name is Jimmy or something like that. Oh, but I didn't ask. I mean, it's none of my business.
Oh, of course. Yes, thank you.
Inspector 8-1. Inspector 8-1.
Inspector's 8-1. Robbins here.
Dan, there's been a fight in a pool hall over on 4th.
10-4. Let's go.
I'm sorry, sir. We're closing early. There's been a sudden family illness. Why don't you come back tomorrow? I got the front locked up. Let's go.
Wait a minute, we need the keys to the car.
I'm not sure who the guy was.
The manager said you called him Sergeant Mack.
Oh, so I was mistaken.
Oh, now what are you covering for? You afraid he's gonna bust your parole?
No, nothing like that.
Who started the fight?
He did.
Why?
He was looking for some guy.
Who was he looking for?
Hey, why don't we just forget the whole thing? We don't want to press charges anyway.
Maybe I do.
Hey, well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna bust us for getting beat up.
No. For withholding information.
Hey, listen, I'm not an informer, you understand?
I understand. Now, who was Mac looking for, and what did you tell him?
He was looking for Jerry Washington's pusher.
And where did you tell him to go and look?
To the Shore Ham Apartments.
On Bay Street?
A guy named Corrigan. He's up on the roof with a visor. He's a sun freak.
Thanks for your cooperation.
Look, Benny, you're not in the slammer now. You want to prefer charges against Sergeant Mack for assault and battery, you just tell the officer.
No, I don't want any more trouble with Mac. Besides, I might have to live with him again. You know what I mean?
Where'd you get the money for the fix, Jerry? Roll some little old lady?
I didn't want to escape, man. They made me go. Now, you were there, Sergeant. You know.
Where are they, Jerry?
I don't know.
Where are they?
Evan Taggart. Kraft and Kimberly were looking for Taggart. Something about a plane.
What about Telson?
He just walked off and left me.
It's not good enough, Jerry.
Look, stay away, man. Look, I never hurt no...
Come on, speed it up.
What's bothering you?
Eddie Mack. I don't like him one step ahead of us.
I don't get it. What's he trying to prove?
He's frightened.
Frightened? I think he's flipped. He's trying to capture them all by himself, and that makes him dangerous.
That's right. He's dangerous because his life is on the line.
His life?
Anytime a prisoner escapes, all the other cons think they can do the same thing. Makes the guards very nervous. Especially a guy like Eddie Mack. He probably figures that they did it to him once, they'll do it to him again. That's what I think he's afraid of most. Now you know why I don't want him one step ahead of us.
No, don't hit me, Sarge.
You fool. I was gonna hurt you. How bad is it, kid?
No, just leave me alone, man. Ain't you done enough?
Hey, come on, Jerry.
You've turned mean, man. You know? Guess everybody in the joint does.
Get away from me!
I'm trying to help the man.
What, like you helped those two guys back at the pool room?
They came at me.
Do you have a permit for this? What, did he come at you too?
No, he fell off the fire escape.
He's pretty badly hurt, Mike. I'm gonna call for an ambulance.
Tell me something. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to bring him in.
I told you before. That is our job.
What's the verdict?
Figure it's concussion, but they won't know for certain until they get to the hospital and run the tests.
May I go now?
Yes, you can. Stay home.
There's no law against my making a citizen's arrest, is there?
There is the way you do it. Look, you can do me a big favor. These beautiful streets here, stay off of them.
I'll think about that.
And while you're thinking about it, think about this. If I catch you meddling in this case again, I'm going to bust you for interfering.
Well, what's troubling you?
I'm not trying to help us. You're just getting back at them as a personal vendetta.
I have a job to do, Inspector. Just like you. Only mine's a little different. You arrest them, testify against them in court, then send them to me for the next 5 to 10 years, and I have to live with them.
But you don't have to brutalize them.
I don't brutalize anyone. All I do is keep them there. The ugly things that happen inside are the things they do to each other, which are exactly the things they'd be doing to innocent people if they were out on the streets. Now, if you object to the things that happen to men in prison, stop sending them.
Yeah, will they spell that for me?
B-E-D-O-U-K.
B-E-D-O-U-K?
Haberdashery.
You said it was on Sutter?
Yeah, on Sutter.
All right, we're on our way. Come on, let's go.
We should have busted him for assault.
Washington told you it was an accident.
Maybe he was scared not to.
Never mind Eddie Mac right now. Listen, we've got a lead on Taggart and Kimberly. Let's think of them.
That's him.
All right, now, these two men stole the car. Did you see this man?
Mike, Lieutenant Carson, narcotics.
See if you can get a description of the clothes they were wearing. Stone.
I got that information you wanted on Kraft.
Let's have it.
Kraft and a man named Evan Taggart were partners in an air freight business about 5 years ago. It was supposed to be a legitimate operation, and was until Taggart found out that his buddy was flying heroin into the country.
And he reported it?
Right. And Sid set up a trap for him and caught him with a full cargo. Taggart wasn't involved in the arrest, so he spared him the notoriety of the trial.
Do you have an address on Taggart?
Sure do. 2190 Washington.
Okay, thanks.
Who are you?
Where's my wife?
She works downtown. She should be coming home pretty soon. Well, I guess you two probably want to talk alone.
We'll all talk.
I heard you escaped. Should have hired some security. That's what I would have done.
Just the currency.
There's a little gift.
Now what? You call your office and tell them to prep a twin-engine plane for a flight to Acapulco. Have it ready for takeoff in an hour.
Why should I?
Because you're going to be a dead man if you don't.
Harry, knowing you, I'll be dead either way, so why should I cooperate?
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. If you don't pick up that phone, you're going to spend the rest of your life in a basket. I wouldn't kill you, Evan. When I could see you suffer the way I have for the past 5 years,
Hello, Mabel. This is Mr. Taggart. By the way, you may as well stock the bar. This will be a farewell party. Hold on. I'll have to give them some names for the manifest. What would you suggest?
I'd suggest you drop the guns, boys.
You try to stop me, I'll kill him.
Don't do it, Kimberly. All right, Harry, it's all over. Come on out.
Hey, I can't take no passengers. This is a blood run.
I say drive, you drive. When I say stop, you stop. Drive.
Operator, this is a police emergency. A man has been shot. I want an ambulance sent to 2190 Washington, apartment 205.
You'll be okay. Do you want me to read you your rights?
Lieutenant, that man saved my life. What happened to Kraft?
He hijacked a cab. I saw him from the balcony. Red and white. I think it was Seaside Cab Company.
Did you get the number?
Couldn't see it.
I'll check it. Put your hand against this.
They fired first.
Oh, they did?
Well, this man has beaten 2 men. Caused another man to be injured, and he just shot this man.
It's self-defense.
Maybe so. But he's interfering in police matters, and for that, he's under arrest.
Well, Lieutenant, I'm not trying to tell you your business, but...
Good.
Seaside Cab Company? This is Inspector Robbins, San Francisco Police Department. I need some information.
Hi. I said hello. You look like you're waiting for a dentist appointment. Billy.
We have to talk, Nancy.
Hey, come on, Mr. Hound. Where do you want to go?
Keep driving around till I tell you to stop.
Well, I better tell the dispatcher something or they're going to be looking for me.
Tell them you're going to lunch. Just that, and nothing else.
It's 68. I'll be out of service for about an hour. Time for lunch. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Inspectors 8-1.
Inspectors 8-1, go ahead.
Mike, this is Tanner. We received a message from the head dispatcher at Seaside Cab Company. One of their drivers reported stopping for lunch while on a blood run.
What about the driver?
Confirmed as a highly responsible employee. He was carrying plasma for victims of an accident at Bayshore General Hospital. His route took him in proximity of where Kraft could have commandeered him.
Put on an APB on that cab.
What's a blood run?
There's only 4 major blood banks in the city. They usually dispatch plasma to the hospital by cab.
That driver wouldn't have stopped for lunch unless somebody pulled a gun on him.
Because you were there. And I needed someone here.
I had less than a year to serve. Less than a year. What's the matter? You couldn't wait? What are you? Some kind of alley cat?
It's been 4 years. I'm human. I would have ended it before you got out. I would have been waiting for you.
Why didn't you write and tell me? You didn't even open my letters. Do you know how worried I was?
I couldn't. It hurt me too much.
Hold it. I want to talk to you.
Hey, you better get in there. That guy's got a gun.
You stay away! You hear me? Stay away!
Speed it up.
I can't. Boy, am I glad to see you guys.
What's their 1020?
First and Townsend.
Tell them to put the cabbie and the blood in a black and white, and then rush them over to Bayshore General Hospital. We're on the way. You keep him in there. Are they in there?
As far as we know. And we've got units front and back, and no one's seen a thing.
Nothing.
Up the stairs.
Can't move an inch. Come on. Book them. Well, that's 3 down and 1 to go.
And they don't go easy, do they?
Well, Mike, the stakeout team has Billy barricaded in his wife's house.
Come on.
I don't know how he got past us, but he's in there with his wife. I called him on the phone. He said he'd shoot if we tried to bust in.
Get me a bullhorn.
He won't answer it. I tried it.
Well, how did you reach him?
There's a phone booth on that corner. I used it. Here's the number.
Give me my coat.
Billy, please don't do anything to make it worse.
I don't know how it could get much worse.
Put that gun away and give yourself up. At least talk to them.
There's nothing to say.
Billy!
They're never gonna let me out of that place now. It's gonna be 5 more years for breaking out and who knows what for the guard Harry shot. Just can't do it knowing that you're out here. I might as well get it over with.
Take 2 men and cover the back of the house.
He won't answer the phone.
I guess we're gonna have to dig him out.
No, not yet. I don't want to endanger the hostage.
Billy! Sergeant Mack! I want to talk to you.
Sergeant, let him go.
Like every time he talks, somebody gets hurt.
Sergeant! You know, Telson. You know the risks.
Can you hear me, Billy? I want to talk to you, Billy.
I don't want to talk to you. Get away from here.
I owe you one, Billy. Kraft would have killed me. Gotta give me a chance to get even.
If you don't stop, I'll kill you.
You never killed anyone in your life, Billy. Why would you want to start now?
I'm warning you, Mac. I'll shoot. I really will.
You want us to start moving in?
No. No moving in. I don't want anyone to fire either. Hold your position. Tell the men.
Okay.
Why would you want to shoot somebody that's trying to do you a favor? You don't need that gun, Billy.
You're not going to take me back.
Mrs. Telson, you want to go on and step outside? You don't need a hostage, Billy. You've got me now.
I'll stay.
Do what he tells you. He's the man. And you always do what the man tells you because he means what he says. Right, Sergeant?
That's right, Billy. Remember what the last thing I said to you was?
He said I'd get another 5 years for escaping.
No. I said I didn't want to die, and neither do you. Now, Kraft isn't holding a gun on us now. So why don't you give me yours?
Everything's different. The guard.
He's alive, Billy. The guard is alive. I'll tell him the truth. You hadn't planned to escape, but you saved my life. They'll take that into consideration, Billy.
I can't go back.
Sure you can. You can do the rest of your sentence standing on your head.
Billy, I'll wait for you. I promise. No matter how long it takes, I'll wait till you get out. Please.
Well, that's the last of them.
All right, cuff him.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
When are you going to stop telling me how to do my job?
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I was just trying
to
help.
help. I know. But remember, you're still in custody. And if you say one more word, just one word, I want to cuff you, too.
Come on, Billy. Let's go.
Okay, you finish this for me, Peter. All right, Sergeant. You can go home.
Couldn't make the charges stick, could you?
Oh, I think I could if I tried.
Your wife's waiting for you downstairs.
You're a good man, Lieutenant. I'd appreciate it if, when you wrote up your report, you weren't too hard on Jerry Washington and Billy Telson. When Kimberly and Kraft made the break, they didn't want to go along. They were forced to at gunpoint.
Wait a minute now. Do you want them in or out?
That's not for me to decide, Lieutenant. That's for them.
That's a surprise.
You were right about one thing. Out on the street, I wanted them caught even more than you did. Not just because I thought they were dangerous, but because I thought I'd been used. I've been a prison guard for 13 years, but I never thought of myself as being brutal till I saw what happened to Washington. I should have backed off, let him give himself up. But I wanted him too much. I guess in some ways, prison walls brutalize us all. Huh? I'm not speaking for the other guards, mind you. Just myself. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
He knocks himself out trying to get those men back into jail. Now he's trying to get them out. Explain it to me.
He's a complex man.
It's a hard man to understand.
Well, maybe when you get a little older, you might.
Nice lady. Pretty color, lady. Okay. There you go. Oh, pretty lady.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Mr. Montague.
You're from Hillsdale Animal Hospital?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Montague had to go ashore for a few moments. I'll take you to the dog.
All right.
Don't forget the booster shots. And Mr. Montague wants her to get a general checkup. He's very fond of his dog. He thought this might encourage your special attention.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
And your name?
Conrad, sir.
Conrad. All right.
He was the only passenger to board in Juneau, Lieutenant.
And then all the rest of them made the round trip. San Francisco to Alaska and then back.
People don't journey by ship anymore. We're just a floating hotel.
Did you ever happen to meet the victim?
If I did, I certainly don't remember. Through here, please. This is his passport.
Jean-Claude
Jean-Claude Tabureau, a French name, but a Danish passport. It's not uncommon in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Would he have any other luggage?
If he did, it would have been placed in the corridor before midnight and already be ashore. I'll check with the steward.
Please.
Booked passage 2 months ago in the cruise line's Hong Kong office. Came aboard with a dog, a white poodle.
Well, that's the reason for this.
Well, where's the dog?
And where's the killer? Where's the motive? And where are the boys from the lab? Do they have a kennel on board?
I checked it. He took the dog out around midnight.
Well, that means the dog was here when the Frenchman was killed. All right, I want all his luggage sealed and tagged. I want the steward's name and address. I want a list of all the passengers and the crew. I want to know when and where that Frenchman was last seen alive.
Right. Oh, wait a minute. Do you know how many passengers are on a ship like this?
Yes. We'll have to talk to about 300 or 400. That is, if we skip the crew.
Hello? Yeah, the giant schnauzer. Tina's just finishing with him. Okay. Chop, chop. The dog's father away.
Hey, chop, chop yourself.
Don't you look beautiful? Don't you look beautiful? There you go.
Hey, baby! Baby! Hi, baby! Come here, guy! Oh, you glad to see me? Huh? Huh? You know, are you mad at me? Oh, I didn't mean to keep you here. Come on, we'll go home. Huh? Okay, we'll go home. Come on, come on. This way.
Yep. This one looks to me as though it's going to be a lot of headaches.
Murder on the high seas. Maybe we'll just have to sail with her. You know, take the cruise ourselves in order to properly investigate.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Well, just forget it. Come here and take a look at this. Tabarot, born in Algeria, citizen of England and Denmark, traveled on a ship from Alaska, killed in international waters, and discovered right here in our own city, San Francisco.
Sounds like a little United Nations.
Mike, this just came over the wire.
Interpol?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. Do you remember that bank vault that got blown in southern France about 5-6 months ago?
Yeah. Yeah, they tunneled in through the sewer.
Right. Well, Interpol's been watching your Frenchman. Now, they think he's moving some of the merchandise. Diamonds.
Offense?
Smuggler.
Let me see that.
He keeps a low profile, but he's been at it since the end of the war.
Ah, come on. I want to take a look at that luggage again.
Interpol's been watching him. How come they dropped the ball in Juneau?
Well, they've been watching him for a long time. A month ago. Uh-oh.
Nothing.
What nothing? A motive. The Frenchman was killed for what was in here. He's been smuggling for 30 years. He should have picked up some savvy. Now, let's see. He wouldn't have been carrying the diamonds on himself, so where would he put them? Has the captain found that dog yet?
Not yet.
My guess is the jewels are either on the dog or in him.
Her.
What?
Her. It's a girl dog.
Doesn't miss a thing. There it is, duplicate collar. Interpol tell you the value of those diamonds?
6 million francs.
6 million, so what's that?
20 cents on the dollar. It's 1/5, $1,200,000.
$1,200,000.
Yeah.
That's a heavy collar.
That means we're looking for a killer and a dog. And they both may be smugglers.
So where do we start? There's over 400 passengers and crew, and the ship sails at noon tomorrow.
Yes, Mrs. Brown, I understand, but it has to be through the night. Look, if you can't get the pills down the cat, bring him over, and I'll do it for you, okay? Good.
Dr. Macarios.
You're the doctor?
Oh, no. I'm here for Mr. Montague's poodle.
Oh, right, from the ship. I had ordered a medicated bath. She should be ready. Conrad?
She's a beauty.
Yeah. I think you have the wrong caller.
I do? Oh, yeah, yours is one of the jeweled ones, wasn't it?
Yes, it had her rabies tag and her license.
Yeah, I'll bet you I know what happened. The phone rang, and I can almost guarantee you that it's on a giant schnauzer that belongs to a man named Weber.
In the neighborhood?
Yeah, I think so. Listen, let me give him a call. I'm sure I got his number here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. It's Paul Weber, and he's close by.
What's the address?
445 Park Presidio. No answer. I don't think he's home yet.
Why don't I leave the dog here a while longer, and I'll call on Mr. Weber.
Oh, all right. Listen, I'm sorry about this.
It's okay.
Are you sure it's the same dog?
Yes, sir. The white poodle, it belonged to the Frenchman. I walked it several times, like I said. Where was the van parked? Over there. I was helping Mrs. Trimble down the plank when it pulled away.
Did the dog look sick?
No. Maybe it was going for boarding. Sometimes that's arranged beforehand, you know.
But it was from a pet hospital, right?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry I can't remember the name, but I remember it said Animal Hospital on the side of the van.
You sure it said Animal Hospital?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
So we check pet hospitals.
You got it.
I'll be back in an hour, Joe. Hey, baby. You glad to be home, huh? Didn't like that hospital food, did you, huh? That's okay. I'll fix you something special for lunch, huh? Hey, what'd you do, boy? Swap collars? Huh? I bet you was a cute lady, huh? Don't worry. We'll give him a call as soon as we get home, okay? Come on.
Giant Schnauzer hit by a car. Corner of Folsom and Bessie.
Okay, I'm a few blocks from there.
Yes. This is Inspector Dan Robbins, San Francisco PD. Trying to locate a white poodle that came in on the cruise liner Monterey this morning. The dog was picked up by a
Yes, it
van
was a
at Pier
poodle.
35.
Came in on the Monterey this morning, Pier 35. Uh-huh. What's that? She's there now. Did you say she? Good. Tell Dr. Macarius that we're on our way, and if anyone comes to pick up that dog, tell him to stall as much as he can. Hillsdale Animal Hospital.
Thank you very much for your help, but we just found it.
Her.
What?
It's a her. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Hey, you know, I've been thinking. Maybe the vet's is just a drop. A killer sends the dog there and somebody else comes to pick him up. I mean, pick her up.
Either way, we're ahead.
Well, there was someone here until 6 o'clock. You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
I'm here for a friend of mine, Mr. Weber. He and his dog were in an accident about an hour ago, and the dog was brought here.
Weber, let's check. Oh, gee, I'm sorry. The dog didn't make it.
Are you sure?
It's a giant schnauzer, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
Could you tell me where the dog is now?
Well, yeah, he'd be in the back. Well, when we know who the owner is, we can't dispose of the body until we have permission. Say, I wonder if you'd ask Mr. Weber to call us about Rex.
Of course.
Thank you.
Rex? Is that what you called him?
That's what it says here.
That's funny. I thought his name was Lex. Mr.
Spears, Fred Spears.
Mr. Spears. I'm not sure we're talking about the same dog. I wonder if I could see him just to make sure.
Well, you'll have to talk to the vet, Dr. Thompson. Hold on.
To die with grace. Animals do it so much better than humans. We cry, coming and going. Make all that fuss.
Was the dog dead when he got here, Doctor?
No, he died on my table. Did what I could, but never woke up. Is that your friend's dog?
Yes, I think so. He should have a collar.
I don't remember any collar.
Oh, he had one.
Fred, did you remove it?
Well, no, Doctor.
Well, maybe you've forgotten. How else would you know the dog's name?
Andy, I guess. He probably told me.
Who?
Andy Wilson. The driver who picked him up, he works the West End. Well, maybe he took the collar off to make the dog more comfortable. Mister, I'm telling you, that's the same dog.
Yeah. The lungs are good. The heart's normal. Well, everything's normal. Dog can't be more than about 2 years old.
How would diamonds show up in the X-ray?
It doesn't matter. They're not in this dog.
Doctor, is Tabudo a regular customer of yours?
Who?
The dog's owner.
I don't remember that name. No, the owner is a Mr. J. Montague. He called from the ship, asked us to pick up the dog, this dog, at the pier and arrange for her booster shots.
Montague. Check the ship's list for that name. Yeah. You talked to a Montague?
One of the ship's officers, I think. I didn't get an address.
Did he have a French accent?
No, I don't think so.
He's not on the passenger list.
I don't understand. As I told you, there was a man here earlier from the ship. He said he came for Mr. Montague's dog.
Was it the same man who talked to you about the mix-up in the dog collars?
Yes. My assistant told him it had to be on Mr. Weber's dog.
Describe him.
Tall, maybe 6'2", about 30, 35. Sandy hair, blue eyes, I think.
How was he dressed?
Slacks, sport jacket, neatly dressed.
Now all we need is Mr. Weber's address.
445 Park Presidio, but he isn't home. I asked my secretary to buzz us if he should answer his phone. But listen, Lieutenant, I'm not sure. But the man who called from the ship, I think he did have a slight accent. Not French, though. Swedish or Norwegian.
Like the man who came for the poodle?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I don't care where we are. Our radio phones can connect us with any place on Earth.
You keep a record of each call?
Oh, yeah, that's standard procedure. Billing, tax purposes.
Well, we're trying to figure out who placed a call to San Francisco yesterday morning.
That's no problem. You have the number?
Dan. It was to a vet hospital. Hillsdale Animal Hospital.
Whoa, I don't have to look that one up. That would be Olaf. Thor Olafsson. Ship's purser. It was the only call he made.
Is he a tall guy, sandy-haired, blue-eyed?
With a worried, kind of anxious look. Yeah, that's Olaf.
Well, what was he worried about?
Well, Olaf is, you know how a bell captain in a hotel always knows where the action is. You know, girls, gambling.
And?
Well, on these cruise ships, the purser fills that role. I mean, if there's anything going on, and I mean anything, the purser knows.
What about smuggling?
What about it?
Would he get involved that way?
Well, that depends. I mean, we all have a bit of greed, even me, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. Let's stick with Olafsson for a while, shall we?
Look, fellas, he's a friend of mine.
Was he a friend of the Frenchman's?
I don't know. Well, I guess they knew each other. I mean, I saw him talking a couple of times on the trip.
What else?
Well, there's really nothing much I can tell you. I mean, all I can say is that Olaf has been on these ships for 17 years. He spent half his life on these ships. He's gone as far as he can go. I mean, so he's looking for something, you know, an out. Big money, fast and easy.
He told you as much?
Well, only to me, you know. I mean, we're kind of drinking buddies. Look, I know about the stabbing. But Olaf wouldn't do that. Not for $1 million.
What about $1.2 million?
When does he due back on board?
8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
8 o'clock. Now, the cruise line ought to have a picture of him. We'll pick that up. Come on, Dan. Let's put on an APB on Olafsson.
No, I'm just a friend of his. Mr. Weber would like to know if you have the dog and if he's all right. Yes. Just a minute. It's Dr. Thompson at the animal shelter, and he wants to talk to you.
Dr. Thompson? This is Paul Weber. How's Rex?
Dr. Thompson? Oh. Yes. No, we'll pick him up and make the arrangements ourselves. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say to you.
Betty, it's okay. Nothing to cry over. It was a good dog.
I know how much you loved him, baby. That's why I love you. Come on, that's good. Go ahead.
This is Unit 7 on that accident report in front of 1838 Carlton. The guy may have said he knew me, but there's nothing around here, so I'm going to cruise the neighborhood just in case, and Then I'm on my way home.
Okay, Andy.
Andy Wilson?
Yeah, you the guy that called?
Drive.
Hey, look, mister.
Drive.
It's about evenly divided between dogs and cats. But we do have monkeys, rabbits, hamsters, even a few turtles.
It's really very pretty, Mr. McAllister.
You're welcome to roam as long as you want, and the grounds are always open.
I want to get him a headstone.
We can help you with that when you pick out a coffin.
But, you know, reasonable, you know. Some of these things are bigger than I'd want for myself. It's only a dog.
How long has the cemetery been here?
About 35 years. Now, this is the plot I showed you on the map. You look around, take your time. I'll wait for you in the reception hall.
Thank you.
So, what do you think?
I don't know, babe. It's up to you. And I'm just your friendly neighborhood lady.
All right. Sit.
Excuse me, Mr. Weber.
Yes.
Mike Stone, San Francisco Police. And you're,
Betty Richland.
What is it? Something about the accident?
partially, yes. One of your clerks at your store told us about the dog and where you were.
I see.
Yesterday, you had your dog at the Hillsdale Animal Hospital for a, what was it, a medicated bath?
It's close. I always take him there.
Only this time, one of the attendants mixed up the dog collars.
That's right. I was going to call him about it when we got hit. Hey, look, what's this all about?
Mr. Weber, was your dog wearing that collar when he was hurt?
Yeah, so what?
Well, you see, that collar could be tied into a murder investigation.
What?
What are you talking about?
Would you be kind enough to describe that collar?
Look, I really didn't get a good look at it. You know what I mean? It was just a collar, one of those fancy fake jewel things.
Rhinestones.
Yeah, I guess.
Have you ever seen this man before?
No.
Mike? I'll be right there. Thank you, Mr. Weber. I'm going to have to pick up that collar for evidence. You understand, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Bye. What is it?
It's Tanner. We've got another homicide. Would you believe it, dog catcher?
What?
A driver for one of the SPCA emergency units out on Pier 45.
Tanner, give me the time of death.
Sometime late yesterday. It's another stabbing, Mike. Only this time we've got a witness, a sailor.
Hold on to him. Then check the animal shelter and find out if the murder victim picked up a schnauzer belonging to a man named Weber.
How long ago?
Yesterday. Hit by a truck.
10-4.
You think it's Olafson?
I don't know. It's a long shot. But he's the only one I know who's chasing $1 million dog collar.
What about you and me?
Come on, will you? Let's go.
didn't say he was beaten.
And cut.
A lot. Like whoever did it wanted some information.
What else?
I checked with the shelter. You called it right. The deceased did pick up that black schnauzer yesterday. The shelter says the last they heard from him, he'd responded to an emergency call, but it was a no-show.
Or a trap?
Yeah.
Where's the witness?
Over here. His name's Walachi. No papers, no money, no English, and, well, at least not much.
What did he do, jump ship?
That's the way I piece it together. It's a Russian registry, but I think he's a Pole. Mr. Walachi, this is Lieutenant Stone of Homicide.
Lieutenant.
Hello. I want you to tell me what you saw.
A man. Big. With a knife.
Did you see him kill?
Yes.
Describe him. What did he look like? This the man?
Oh, yes, that him.
Olafson.
Yeah. The Monterey sales at noon.
Is your man on it?
Not since the last time we checked.
Thank you.
Oh, Mike? The man's here illegally.
Well, think of him as a political refugee. Send him over to the Polish-American Seamen's Association. They'll take care of him.
Whatever you say.
Dziękuję.
What kind of a human being would murder a boy like Andy? And then all the barriers have been blown away, haven't they?
So help us get this one.
How can I help?
Weber's dog, Rex. Andy brought him in.
Yes, that would be Andy.
Did the dog have a collar?
I don't know. Simply don't know. All this fuss about a collar. What is it? Solid gold?
Was there somebody else asking about that collar? Doctor, come on.
Yes, he even asked where he could find Andy.
What did he look like?
I don't know. He was a tall man, very muscular, about 35.
You have a name?
I don't remember the names of people. It's some kind of an accent. German, I think.
Or Swedish?
Well, that could be.
Is that the man?
I don't know. Yes, I think so.
Dr. Thompson, did anyone else come into contact with the dog besides yourself?
Oh, how would I know? All kinds of people coming in and out here all day long, trying to find their pets, buy new ones. Health inspector was in here yesterday. Delivery people, my assistants. Children. Lots of kids.
Doctor, my picture, please.
Oh, well, leave a number. If I find a collar, I'll call you.
Well, will you come to the dog shop?
Okay, I'll think about it.
Oh, come on, you're just saying that. Did I ever tell you about Barron? See, I was 12 when he disappeared, and they had to send me home from school because I couldn't stop crying. It was the first time I ever lost anything that I loved.
Now you're gonna tell me how you got another dog and you love that one just as much, right?
Just give it a try. I mean, if it doesn't work, Paul, it doesn't work.
Well, I had Rex for 13 years. I don't need another dog.
Okay. And would you stop moping around like it was the end of the world?
Betty, when my wife died of cancer, I didn't run out and buy another one.
No, you didn't. But maybe you should have after a time.
Betty, wait. I'm sorry. All right, I'll go with you.
Right there. Dr. Thompson. I saw that collar.
on the dog when your driver took him from the accident?
You already said that.
He brought it here.
Yeah, look, well, I'm afraid I can't help you.
It came here, and it never left. Now, you had since yesterday to hide that collar.
Why would I want to do a thing like that?
They're diamonds. Doctor, there's $1 million there, maybe more. Now, either you or one of your people have it.
But you're wrong now. Let go of me.
Hey, now, to kill you would mean nothing. So you tell me.
So you're sure he's not hitting the board? I see. All right, Captain, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll let you know. Yeah, bon voyage. That was Captain Gregory. Monterey just pulled away without Olafson. They had to sign on a new purser.
That means he's still in the city.
And no way to trace him. He's got no friends, family, or known hangouts in the Bay Area.
Did you check the St. Francis?
Yeah, he stayed there for 2 weeks last summer, but he hasn't registered since. At least not in his own name. What's all the scribbling?
Scribbling, that's a chart. Now, the collar was on the dog when it was on the ship. From there, I went over to the Hillsdale Animal Hospital where some attendant got the collars all mixed up and put it on a dog belonging to Mr. Weber. Now, that dog was in an accident. A truck hit it. And I'm sure the collar was on the dog when it was in that accident.
Which means Olafson must have witnessed the accident and then followed the SPCA truck back to the animal shelter.
And the guy that was driving the SPCA truck was Andy Wilson. Now, I'm sure he didn't have possession of that dog more than, oh, I'd say 20 minutes. And then from there, he went to Dr. Thompson.
Who doesn't remember ever seeing the collar, if he's telling the truth.
Oh, he's telling the truth. I believe him. Anybody could have stolen that collar at the animal shelter. An attendant, receptionist, anybody at all.
If Andy Wilson took it, he paid a high price for it.
Homicide, Stone. When did it happen? All right, we're coming right over. The animal shelter. Somebody tried to kill Dr. Thompson.
See you later, honey. Okay, come here, girl. That's it, sit.
Oh, that's my good girl, yeah. Huh? You gonna win the show today, huh? Oh, yeah. Best of breed, that's what you are. That's the best of breed. That's my girl. Okay. Okay, hop in. Oh, good girl. Good girl, yeah.
Follow that blue station wagon.
Was it Olafson?
Yes. He's crazy. He's gone after Spears.
Who?
My assistant. He thinks he has the collar.
I'm gonna get the address.
No, wait. He's not at home. I let him off early today to go to a dog show.
Where?
The Cow Palace.
Cow Palace. Come on, let's go.
Greyhounds, pick up your armbands in ring number 5.
Listen, I got you here. You know, you might as well pretend you're having a good time.
How do you put up with me?
Oh, you puppies got to be housebroken.
Candy, come on now. Hold still. Yeah, you're gonna be on in a few minutes. That's a good girl. That's a good girl.
Irish setters to ring number 1, please.
Go, my friend. Huh?
Bassett's, pick up your armbands and ring number 2.
Here. Okay. All right. There you go.
Group judging will begin at 4:30.
Stay. Stay. Good girl. Stay. That's a good girl. Stay. Stay. Good girl. Stay, girl. Stay. Stay.
What happened? She met up with the wrong guy?
That's why they're free. You can take your pick.
They're just darling. How old are they?
6 weeks.
So, what do you think?
I think you're pushing me.
You got it.
I'll think about it. Thanks. Come on, let's watch the show.
Thank you.
Oh, come on. Okay, girl, we'll win next time, okay? Come on, girl. Yeah, we'll win it next time.
Mr. Spears. Oh, it's you.
Sorry it didn't win.
Yeah, well, maybe next time.
Nice looking dog. What's his name?
It's her, Candy.
Candy. Hello, Candy. It's a pretty collar.
Thank you. Listen, nice to see you. I've got to get home.
You had it all along, didn't you?
What?
The collar. You stole it for yourself.
Look, mister, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, you hand me over that collar. It's mine.
Hey, mister, look, I don't want any trouble.
It's mine! What, are you crazy?
guy.
Let's go. Come on, Weber, get off it. Get off it.
You're under arrest, mister, for murder.
What's the matter with you? He didn't kill your dog. Take it easy.
Let's go.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I guess I am now.
All right. All right, folks, that's all. Go back. Come on, go back. It's all over. We're the police. Go back to the show. Come on. That's it. This collar doesn't belong to you, does it?
Well, sure. It's just,
Stolen property. I know where it came from. Now, if you don't want to get involved in a murder case, well, you'd better give it to me.
Well, it's just a pretty collar. I didn't think anyone would care.
When you take something from somebody that doesn't belong to you, someone always cares. You know that man was ready to kill you for it?
What I don't understand is why would he pick my hospital?
Well, it's because you're only a few blocks away from the pier. I'm sure he must have walked by here many times before.
How you doing, huh? What's wrong with you?
Ringworm, but he's been cured.
What are you looking? Want to get a pet?
I don't know.
Inspector, dogs have a great need for love and companionship. Are you married?
No, he's not married.
No.
And you're not home very much, are you?
No, he's not home much at all.
I guess that's true.
Then why don't you wait a bit? I don't quite think you're a dog person yet.
I happen to love dogs.
So, get married, get a dog. But you know, he's right. No, you don't look like a dog person. Not yet. Better do something about it. Maybe a cat person, but not a dog person.
So, have you decided?
The answer's yes. She needs a place to stay, right? Anyway, she's got my collar on.
Well, then I guess she's your dog.
Come on, lady. Let's go home.
Now, that dog will be cared for.
You know, you're right. Actually, I guess I ought to wait until you have really good police stuff.
A police dog? Oh, come on.
I thought that was pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Attaboy. Attaboy. Watch toes. Good, hold it. Good. Hey, thank you. See ya.
Hey, I'm no expert, but aren't you going too slow?
No.
Oh, I thought that you had to work up a sweat, get your heart pumping.
Mine pump's okay.
This is my second lap. How many have you done?
33.
You're not even breathing hard. Where are you from?
Here.
Oh, you weren't born here.
No, Austria. But I'm American now.
Served in Vietnam.
Hey, can't you even stop?
I stopped once already. Any more wouldn't do me any good.
All right, you're serious about this, aren't you?
It's my body, isn't it?
So?
Well, a person's body is important.
Well, how many more laps does that important body of yours have to make?
2 more?
Well, come on in. I won't hurt you. You sure you don't want some pop?
No thanks, water is fine.
Anti-sugar, huh?
Well, why take something the body doesn't need right now?
You back to that body business again? Here, sit down.
Thank you.
So, you're a bodybuilder. How much do you work out?
4 or 5 hours a day.
Could you wait just 1 minute, please? I want to get this all down so that I don't miss a thing.
Get what down?
Well, you're a body freak, right? Anybody who works out 5 hours a day, I want to know about. Okay, anytime.
Turn this off. Turn that off. And I'm no freak.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Okay. No tape.
I'm just a talker, that's all.
Well, can you talk about yourself without a tape? Really, I want to know, how often do you work out?
Every day.
Would you show me what you look like? Will you? I mean, if you can't talk, you can at least show.
Okay.
You're not kidding, are you? I've never seen anything like it. Up close, I mean. You don't work out easy style like the way you jog.
Oh, no. We work it until it hurts.
Well, what do you do? What's the purpose?
You really want to see?
Uh-huh.
You promise you won't laugh? Because people don't understand.
I promise.
Okay. Do you have some baby oil? It looks better with oil.
Oh, sure.
Many people don't like bodybuilding because they don't understand what it is all about. More people know about it, they all would like it. It's a beautiful philosophy. It's a healthy sport. And it's an art. Now, many people think that we are sculptors. I mean, not with clay, with the body. We sculpt our own body. There's so much to know about bodybuilding. Okay. Okay, first pose is a lat spread. Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. It just looks so ridiculous.
Well, you told me to show you.
Oh, forgive me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
Oh, you're just licking out of it.
Oh, I told you I was sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
But you did. You think I'm funny, huh? You think I'm funny?
Well, you got to admit, I mean, when you do that, you look like some big ape or something.
Stop that! Stop this! That's not accurate! That's beautiful! It's what the body's supposed to look like! I'm not gonna stay so you can laugh at me.
was supposed to meet me at the student union. When she wasn't there, I came here, found her. The coroner said she had a broken neck.
Was her door locked?
Yeah, I have a key, and she had a set of mine. She had a set of mine. Could it have been an accident? Maybe she fell?
No, we're sure somebody else was here.
Yeah, and whoever it was left his prints all over the place. Do you know that there's a full set on that bottle over there?
What was he doing with baby oil?
Are you finished with this?
Yes, sir.
Anybody who works out 5 hours a day, I want to know about. Okay, anytime.
Turn this off. Turn that off. And I'm no freak.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
I warned her.
Say, it was a German accent, wasn't it? Swiss or German? Anybody you know?
No, and it never is. Irene, she had this thing for sociology. She liked interesting people. She'd bring them back here. Construction workers, firemen, garbage men. She said she wanted to get into their heads, see what they were thinking, get it all down on tape.
Where'd she find them?
All kinds of places. Today, last night, she said she was going to Golden Gate Park to jog. She probably met somebody there.
Was she more specific than that? You know, Golden Gate Park's a pretty big place.
That's all she said. But, she liked that little lake.
Stowe Lake.
Yeah. I warned her about this over and over.
Do you have any pictures of her?
Yeah. She had some graduation pictures last weekend.
There were finger marks on her arms and her shoulders were dislocated. He must have just picked her up like a rag doll and shook.
Yeah, which takes a lot of strength.
Who works out 5 hours a day? Professional athlete?
I'm no freak.
What?
When you heard that tape, that word really triggered him off. Freak. Come on.
Joe?
Just a minute.
Joe, could I just see you? Will you stop it for a minute? I want to talk to you.
Is it about being late this morning?
Huh? No, it's about your work. Your work is good. I mean, it's great. I've never seen anybody work like that in my life. On the docks, you're the fastest.
Thank you.
No, you don't understand. You're missing the point. The guys are a little upset with your work. You're putting pressure on them with your work.
You're kidding. I make it easy for them. The more I work, the less they have to work.
Let me explain something to you, okay? You're putting the pressure on me, you know what I mean? There's an efficiency experts here. They watch and they figure what goes out, you know. What you can do, we can't do, Joe.
Well, listen, I was hired here to work, right?
Right.
Okay, so.
But see, what I'm thinking is that maybe you would be happy if you found a place where you could work in your own way, you know?
My own way? What you're saying is I'm fired.
What I'm saying is that we have to worry about ourselves. We got our jobs to worry about. The guys, they want to stretch it out a little bit.
Stretch out. Are you kidding? Stretch out. I'm here to work.
Will you,
stretch out.
Hey, what? Hey, Christ, take it easy.
That's what I call stretching.
Will you wait a minute?
You stretch out all you want.
Hey, Joe. Wait. Okay.
Say, this girl jogs around here quite often. Have you ever seen her?
10-4. Mike.
Thank you very much.
We just got a call. A guy named Garver with a possible lead.
Well, we're not doing any good here. Say, what's the word on the prints?
One set was hers. The others don't belong to anyone local. Zakulovich sent them off to Washington.
Well, let's take a look. Who's Garver?
Works for a neighborhood newspaper, the San Francisco Dispatch.
So when I saw that come off the presses this morning, I thought, boy, that sure does look like that girl my son and I saw in the park this morning.
What was she doing?
Just jogging around the lake.
And then she met some guy, and they started talking and jogging off together.
Can you remember what he looked like? How was he dressed?
Dark blue sweatsuit, brown hair, and big. It looked like he was really in good shape. Late 20s. Well, I'm sorry. I wish I could be more help.
You can be. We'd like you to go downstairs and help our police artist do a sketch of his face.
Sure. Oh, well, there is one more thing, but I don't think it's going to show up on a drawing.
What do you mean?
Well, he kind of walked funny.
Can you show us?
Something sort of like this.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Who is it? It's me. Who do you think?
Well, rent day is Tuesday.
Oh, come on, Joe. I'm your friend. You know I don't come just to collect. Got another complaint about your clanking. What are you doing home? I thought you worked today.
Got fired.
Oh. What happened?
Tom, I'd rather don't talk about it, okay?
Okay. But, fired or not, rent is due next Tuesday.
Don't worry.
You want to get rid of that tension? Forget the weights. Bourbon will do it every time.
It's gonna do you into your grave, too. Don't you know that the body is sacred? When are you gonna start taking care of yours?
Oh, well, hey, let's look at it this way. My sacred body is worshiping the spirits, that's all. Tuesday.
Bob, I came up because I've got this suspect, no name, and he's pretty strong, I'm sure, in top physical shape.
Hey, Murphy. Not like that, huh? Hey, remember the man's trying to resist arrest. Yeah, that's better.
Don't kill him. Listen, Bob, this guy, he probably works out somewhere. Maybe, 5 hours a day. And I thought maybe you could help us figure out where he works out.
Hey, it depends, Mike. You're not really giving me enough. Different guys work out in different ways in different places.
You mean like a football player doesn't work out the same way a baseball player does?
Right, and a lineman doesn't work out the same way as a running back. He doesn't have the neck of a lineman.
Hey, Mike, why don't you show him how he walks?
Yeah. No, you show him. Go ahead.
Hey, very nice, Daniel. Very nice. Hey, what do you call that?
Hey, come on. That's what the witness said.
I know. Listen, now you're giving me something I can work with. That kind of walk generally comes from somebody with overdeveloped lats. That's the muscle back up in here, back muscle. I would say you're looking for a weightlifter, maybe even a wrestler.
Well, what gyms would a guy like that go to?
For you, Mike, I'll make a list.
Officer?
Yeah, can I help you?
I would like to talk to somebody. It's about a crime. It's
No! Hey, you turkey's foot! I don't belong here. I need a doctor. Hey, give me a break, will ya? Okay, in the tank. Now, you wanted to report a crime?
No, I was wrong. I'm sorry. It was all a mistake. Oh, I'm sorry. Please, Mrs. Carson, I really need the job. You know I'm good at it.
Joe, you're the best. Best I ever used, but I'm worried. That uproar you caused about that dumb delivery boy.
He shouldn't have said what he did.
So he's called you a few silly names, so what? Maybe he was just jealous. The way you went after him, I thought you were gonna kill him.
Please, I promise you it wouldn't happen again.
No more mayhem. Promise?
I promise.
Just gonna have to learn to control that temper.
Sorry, Lieutenant. I've never seen him.
You're sure?
If he was as strong as you say he is, I'd remember him. Good-looking, strong guys can make a fortune in the wrestling game.
All right. If he's not the man I'm looking for, I'll send him over to you. How's that? Good. Okay, Pappy. Say, Pappy, come here.
Yeah.
When one of your guys want a massage, you give him liniment, don't you?
Oh, you bet. Some of these guys like these new compounds, but not me. I can't see it.
What about baby oil? Ever use baby oil on him?
Baby oil?
Yeah. I got good reason for asking.
Lieutenant, can you imagine these guys using baby oil? You know what I mean? You know, you're looking for a pretty boy, one of those Mr. America types. They rub the oil on, you know, to show off their meat.
Oh, very good. There. Now that's what I mean. That body has mass.
Well, you said we should draw what we see. And when what we see looks like that, it's a lot easier.
Judith, a word to the wise. Joe is a little flaky. Very strange guy. Very unpredictable.
That's refreshing. For 12 years, I was married to a guy that was so predictable you could die.
Well, you've been warned. Yes, officer. Take a break for a while, people, please. Joe, don't go.
Do you want to see what I've done with you?
Yeah.
People, it seems as if we have a problem about a car parked outside, in front of a hydrant. Does anybody know anything about it? Sorry, officer. Try the barber across the street.
Oh, yeah, I like that. It's beautiful.
I wish my ex had smiled like that at something I'd done. My name is Judith Winters.
Joe Schmidt.
Joe, why don't you come on back and try another pose for him for a change?
Okay.
now. You know the rules. I don't have to do more reps than you, just the same amount. Then if I get lucky and do more than you wouldn't have any objection to, say, doubling your bet?
No hustling, Henry.
Hustle? Me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sit down, sit down. No, I don't know him. But if I find him first, I'm gonna strangle him.
Preferred, Mr. Jenks, if you just call us instead.
Oh, sure. It's not only that he killed that girl. For 30 years, I've worked to make bodybuilding legitimate in the eyes of the public, so that they look upon us as something more than circus strongmen or guys that aren't really men at all. Then along comes a jerk like this. Let me show you something. Here. See that? My own International Bodybuilding Federation, with affiliates in 70 foreign countries. 2 million people in this country train with weights. 300,000 of them read my papers, use my courses, eat my food supplements.
Mr. Jenks, how many in San Francisco? How many who don't use your gym but work out at home?
I guess a couple of thousand or so, but they're mostly kids. But there may be some others, and if there are, and the members of the Federation, you'll find them listed in there.
What about other bodybuilding organizations? Are there any?
Of course, but they don't have the membership we have or the clout.
Can you get us their membership lists?
Well, it just so happens. There. I have to keep up with the competition in case there are any new endorsements I want to get.
Of course, Mr. Jenks. Say, do you mind if we borrow these for a while? We'll bring them right back.
Oh, go ahead.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. Come on, Dan.
Thank you.
Hey, nothing personal. Consider it your initiation, friend.
Lieutenant! Lieutenant! Is it all right if I take a copy of that picture?
Oh, sure. There you are.
Thanks. Henry, why don't you stick to conning truck drivers in bars? This man came out west here for some serious training. Look, all you muscleheads, come here. Take a good look at this. The first one of you who can find out who this man is, I am personally going to hand over a big, beautiful $1,000.
You look a little tired.
2 hours posing makes you stiff.
Bet you could use a good massage and sauna.
Could afford it. You know, I only make $10 an hour, and sometimes I wish it could last the whole day.
You know, Joe, there are lots of different kinds of modeling. I've got friends in advertising. Could be you could make up to $100 an hour.
Really?
Come on, I'll make some calls.
Okay.
Come on in. Promise it'll be painless. Could you close the door? I won't hurt you.
Inspector, I'm sorry. He came in before we got the picture.
Must have given you some idea what he was here for.
Well, he just said he wanted to talk to somebody about a crime.
And you didn't get the chance to find out the details?
Look, there was a junkie being brought in, and he was kicking and screaming. And your suspect changed his mind and just ran out of here.
And you just let him walk out?
Well, I called you as soon as I saw who it was.
Okay, you're right. There was nothing you could hold him on. Look, It's been a little frustrating today. Was there anything else he said or did that could help us?
Yeah, he said he was sorry for bothering me, I guess.
Okay. Thank you. Mike, too late. We missed out on a break.
Well, we've got one. The guy's name is Joseph Schmidt. The Army had his prints.
Is there a jacket on him?
Well, just a service record and a court-martial. Assault.
On a woman?
Well, we don't know. Just a general statement on charges and verdict. He spent 6 months in the stockade.
Last address, Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Nothing from DMV. No local telephone, no utility listing, nothing. I tell you what, Sekulovich, you finish up with these, will you?
Okay, Lieutenant.
And Dan, you check the membership list of all the bodybuilding organizations.
Hey, Mike, how about calling the Pentagon?
Well, I was just going to do that. I'm way ahead of you.
I can't believe it.
That Keith was impressed? Why not? He's the art director for the biggest ad agency in San Francisco, and he thinks you photograph well. That's why he got the job.
$300 a day. That's more than I've made in a week. And more. He said there may be even more. Judy, I don't know how to say that. Thanks.
You just said it. Thanks.
Well, I better get back on home.
I guess you'd better. But call me tomorrow and let me know how the session goes, okay?
Okay. Bye-bye.
Help! My purse!
Hey, stop it!
Stop it! Please, let him go! I've got my purse. Thank you. I'm all shook. Can you take me home?
Okay.
Hated being locked up, that's probably why he ran from you. He's described here as being emotionally unstable, Lieutenant.
How unstable?
According to the Army psychiatrist, he was hypersensitive to criticism, especially from women. Short fuse, abnormal inability to cope with his temper. As an example, the court-martial. The complaint was brought by a woman.
His girl?
According to this, the complainant was a prostitute, by her own admission. Seems she made the mistake of laughing at Private Schmidt while he was her client.
Laughing at what? Was there something wrong with him?
No. No, he evidently had a very good physique, only she found him ludicrous.
Well, how did he assault her?
Shook her. After fainting from the pain, she found her shoulder dislocated, pulled from its socket, according to her physician's testimony.
Well, what did he use for a defense?
He didn't have one. All he could say was he was sorry.
Listen, you've been a big help, Colonel, and I thank you for it. Yes, I'll let you know how it comes out. What is it?
Mike, I got it. Joseph Schmidt. It's Joseph with an F, member of the National Bodybuilding Club. It's right here, and so is the San Francisco address.
Well, let's go.
The Periclean sculptors. Do you know they hardly ever had any models pose for them? They watched women at home and athletes play, and that's why all the statues you see with women in robes and men look like this.
You really are an aficionado. Kind of a fan of Greco-Roman art.
Well, guys like me, we like to look like the statues. Means that we have to know about it.
So you want to look like the ancients thought a man should look, and you use your body as your own clay.
You do understand.
But what made you get into it? All the time and effort, all the lifting of weights?
You know, when I was a little boy, my family moved over here from Austria, and I hardly spoke the language. And I felt out of everything. I was never the best student. I also wasn't a great athlete. And, but when I started picking up weights, something happened. I started getting good in it. I mean, really good. And so I stuck with it. And I started learning everything about diet and about nutrition and exercising. And I felt someday I could be the best.
Aren't you?
Well, no. But if you want to compare, I know where to go. There's a contest today at 4 o'clock. Mr. San Francisco. You want to see it?
Are you in it?
No, I never did this before. Posing in front of a whole audience.
Joe, you've got to have more confidence in yourself. Why don't you enter the contest? I think you'd be marvelous.
I haven't trained for it, and I think it's too late for them to accept me.
There's only one way to find out. An artist has to show his work, or where is he?
Let me think about it.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's him. That's him, all right. That's Schmidt. He's got a body like one of those charts in school. What is it? Anatomy, you know, with the skin all stripped away. Well, anyhow, I had to evict that big bicep almost a year ago. With all the clanging and banging going on in his place, well, it bugged everybody.
Did he leave a forwarding address?
Well, should have, but he didn't. That wasn't the kind of thing he cared about. The only thing that mattered to him was those dum-dum bells.
Mrs. Beauchamp, all that clanging, did he do his working out at home?
Why not? He had everything. All the weights and all the fancy equipment all over the place.
I understand that some of it was special made.
Yes, that's right. I remember when I complained, well, he told me how tough it was to get that stuff. He had to search all over the place for it, and then finally ordered it special.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay. I have to admit, Judith, I never knew you had a taste for the exotic.
There's nothing here to look down your nose at. These men are doing something that's very important to them.
Well, I just want to see the guy who can put that smile on your face.
So do I. I just never thought I'd see so much of them. 3, please.
You're the last store on our list that sells custom made.
And my wife will appreciate it when I tell her that's why I'm so late.
Would she appreciate it more if you told her the reason was murder?
Schmidt. Here we go. J. Schmidt, 1 professional abdominal board, custom order, 4 50-pound plates.
1140 K Street. Are you sure this is the last one?
It's in the latest batch of receipts. And see, no phone. Means the only way we could tell him the pulley was in was by mail. The address had to be right.
Apologies to your wife.
Thanks.
Number 3, Robbie Robinson. Number 4, Ed Corney. Number 5, John Isaacs. And number 6, from Trieste, Italy, Franco Colombo.
I can see why you didn't want me to have that 4th cocktail. You were afraid I'd throw up.
7, the sensational Roger Callard from Los Angeles, Mr. Western America. Number 8, Joseph Schmidt.
That's the big one, huh? Now I can see the two of you together. Ferocious, jungle-like.
Quiet, Paul.
Joe, I'm sorry. I know how you must feel. I've got to talk to you, but not here, not now. Will you come with us? Paul and Reva, they want to buy you a drink and apologize. And then we can go to my place and we can talk. All right, Joe?
Well, I want to talk to you, too.
Serious. Look at all the weightlifting equipment.
I told you it wasn't here. Let's go.
Come on, you know you can beat me. Left hand, come on, son.
Here we go, ladies. How about that table over there? Now, I insist on paying for the celebration. It isn't often I see an exhibition like that. What do you guys have?
That's the second time we've come close and ended up with nothing. Zero, zilch.
We've done all we can. The APB's got his name on it now. There's a unit staking out his apartment.
I know. We've done everything we're supposed to do, but get the guy.
Back to headquarters?
No, we're not going back to headquarters. According to that apartment manager, Schmidt is having a great time with some wealthy woman over on Nob Hill.
Mike, there's guys already looking for him.
So they'll welcome 2 more.
Next. 5 spot, please.
Well, we're sorry, Joe. I mean, it was a surprise. We had no idea what the contest would be like.
But you have to admit there's a humorous side to things. Okay, so I laughed. That's wrong? The narcissism involved, it got to me, that's all. Reva, it's getting late. I have a lot of work to do before the meeting tomorrow. Judith, you want a lift?
We'll take a taxi.
Okay.
Came in second. You proved yourself. Joe, you should be proud, not unhappy. Don't you see?
No!
Joe!
Yeah, give me the police. Yeah, this is Henry Wilcox. Listen, the guy you're looking for, the one that killed the girl over in the Mission Street district, I just saw him getting into a cab.
We're looking for a muscle man. Just got out of a cab a few minutes ago. The radio dispatcher said one of his cars just dropped off a passenger matching Schmidt's description with a woman 1904 Elmhurst.
Inspectors A1 to all units within the vicinity of 1904 Elmhurst.
Joe, you really looked good up there on that stage. I'm sure the only reason you came in second was because you don't have any experience. Next time...
Next time, where will you be?
What do you mean?
I didn't care about winning. Not when I first got up there. But when I started posing, I felt good. I felt I could win. And only not for me, but for you. Because I thought that you were one person who would understand. Only you didn't.
I thought that you would understand, and you didn't. I mean, what good is it being best at something when nobody understands what you're best at? If the only person I want to share this whole thing with laughs!
No, I didn't, I swear. Joe, I do understand.
It is progressive resistance. In progressive resistance, you start with something very light, then you go to something heavier like this, and then something much heavier, and then something like this, and then a lot of repetitions, because it's very important to do a lot of reps. Yes, that's the way. Yeah, that's the reason why we're warming up like this, so we don't get hurt. Don't get hurt. Makes it easier when we get to the heavier things, huh?
Okay, hold it. Take it easy now. Nobody wants to hurt you.
Stay calm.
Come on, Joe. We just want the lady. Made a mess
Relax.
here. Come on now. Come on, easy, easy. Give us the lady. Come on, Joe.
Come on, Jimmy. Relax now. Come on, relax a little bit.
Joe, stop it! Come on, how many times? How many times are you going to hurt people?
Until they stop laughing.
And how many times are you gonna feel sorry, Joe? You killed that girl from the park just the way you injured the one in Boston because you got mad, lost your temper. And how did you feel inside after you did those things? You felt sorry, didn't you? So sorry you went to the police, tried to confess. How many more times are you gonna feel sorry, Joe? You need help. Let us help you.
We can help you, Joe. Out. Get out.
I didn't mean to kill her. I didn't mean to.
The law will understand that. Joe, I won't laugh. Neither will a judge.
You saw it there at the contest, didn't you? How good I was. I could have been a winner. I could be a winner.
Nobody's gonna laugh at you, Joe.
Henry, here's the reward I promised you, $1,000.
Mr. Jinx, I hate to make waves, but I distinctly recall you promised money.
That certificate's as good as $1,000. Money? For any Jinx products or towards what you owe for membership in my gym.
Can he do that?
Lieutenant, what about Joe Schmidt? What's going to happen to him now?
Oh, the DA will probably charge him with manslaughter.
What about a psychiatrist or something to help straighten him out?
There'll be psychiatric studies, too. Don't worry, your empire's safe.
Ah, but I do worry. You see, I've seen some pictures of Schmidt. He looks pretty good. With a few years in the joint with nothing to do but work out. He'll be a winner when he comes out.
And you'd like him to be one of your winners.
New faces, new testimonials. That is the game.
Thanks for your help.
Nice meeting.
Yeah.
Jenks Sports Palace.
Say, Lieutenant, Inspector, how'd you two like to use that great gym in there? I might be willing to part with this reward at a substantial discount.
Well, to tell you the truth, Henry, after seeing all those guys in there, Dan and I were just saying we are out of shape.
Yeah, so far out, we decided it was too late to do anything about it. So enjoy.
Hey, Jim, man. Hey, I got a deal right here. It's Sports Palace, $1,000. I'll let you have it for $500. How about a Sports Palace?